Good morning, everyone, or afternoon if you're in my block 4. I hope you're having a good day so far. Today, we're going to talk about our final notes assignment for the week. Coming up tomorrow, you will have a performance, so be ready for that. Our topic today is equations of linear functions. Equations of linear functions. We aren't going to have an essential question today. Instead, we're just going to go ahead and dive right into our scenario. Let's start by reading our paragraph at the top. Kentucky Fried Chicken, or KFC, is an American fast food restaurant chain known for their buckets of fried chicken. You can add to your chicken bucket by choosing from a variety of sides. Each side costs the same amount. So let's go ahead and let's box that. That seems like it will be important later. Two different chicken bucket meals and the total cost for each are shown below. All right. We are going to start by answering question number 1. Go ahead and take 3 minutes. Pause the video and answer question number 1. Go ahead and pause now. All right. Now that we're back, hopefully you've paused and you've got some stuff written down. If you want to take a chance to share with your neighbor, pause the video here and compare answers. All right. Now that you've shared, let's go ahead and let's look at some pieces here. So we are asked two things. What's the same about the two meals and what is different? First and foremost, let's talk about the same. What I immediately notice is that both meals have a bucket and fries. That is what I notice right away. And it's the same type of bucket too. It's still 8 pieces of their original recipe. Talking about different, this is where the interesting things happen. We notice, first and foremost, they've got different prices, right? One of ours is costed at $25.66 and one is at $19.88. We also notice the more expensive meal has more sides. More expensive meal has more sides. Okay. So let's use that and let's find the answer to question number 2. What is the cost for one side? And how do you know? Go ahead and pause the video here and take 5 minutes to work on your own or with a partner to figure out the answer to question 2. All right. Now that we're back, let's go ahead and let's chat about it. How is the cost for one side? Probably a couple different ways we could go about this, but the easiest way is let's start by finding the difference in price. Finding the difference in price. So to find that difference, we're going to take 25.66 minus 19.88, and it'll leave us with a total of 5.78. Now, what we're needing to think here is, okay, 578 is our difference in price. What does that 578 represent? Well, in our case, what it represents is our cost for 2 extra sides. Essentially, what we're doing here by taking these and subtracting is we're crossing off the chicken bucket and fries from each of our meals, leaving us only the mac and cheese and the coleslaw. So to finish our problem, if 578 is the cost for 2 sides, to find the cost for one side, we can take 578 and divide it by 2, which will give us a cost of $2.89 per side. This 289 per side, the way we just calculated this, I'm gonna write a little equation off to the side here, maybe do it in a different color. This is our cost of a side equals our change in price divided by our change in number of sides. I don't know about you, but this looks pretty familiar to our slope, the way we calculated slope. This 289 is the equivalent of a slope. All right, let's look at number 3. Now, how would you pay for an 8-piece chicken bucket with no sides? Show how you figured it out. Go ahead and take 3 minutes. And then 3 minutes to solve the problem, and then we will come back together. Go ahead and pause now. All right, now that we're back on pause, you hopefully have an answer. Now that we know the price for one side, we can look at our meals and we can say, which one of our meals would be easiest to get the chicken bucket by itself? It looks to me like the first meal might be easiest because there's only one other thing. We know the first meal costs a total of $19.88. That $19.88 is the cost of the bucket plus one side. And we know each side is $2.89. So to figure out the cost of just the bucket, all we have to do is take away that one side. So we'll do $19.88 minus $2.89. We do that subtraction, and we'll get $16.99, which is the price of just the bucket. All we really did here, bucket plus side minus side equals bucket. All right. This is our base cost with no sides. All right. Now, let's go ahead and let's complete question number 4. Complete the table to show the relationship between the number of sides and the total cost of a chicken bucket meal. Go ahead, and we're going to take 4 minutes for you to work through this with a partner or on your own. Pause the video and let's see what you get. All right, y'all. Now that we're back, let's go ahead and let's talk it up. So first, we've got our number of sides up at the top of our row, so going from 0 to 5. And then our cost, when you have to fill in our cost. Luckily for us, we actually know some of these boxes already. First, we know that a meal with 0 sides, we already found that. That's $16.99, $16.99. We also know a meal with one side. We know a meal with one side, looking back at the top, is $19.88. So let's fill that in. Now, let's look at our next one. 2 sides. They don't give us that in our problem. So what we have to think is okay, how much does a side cost? Luckily for us, we figured that out already. Each side is $2.89. So all we have to do to get our answer is we have to add $2.89. So we add $2.89 and it's going to give me $22.77. And then we can just repeat this pattern as we go through. Every step, we take our previous cost plus $2.89. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's finish that. Sorry, y'all. Mr. O had a little brain fart moment. 31, 44. All right. Now, again, just want to highlight this 0, this 1 and 16.99. This is our base cost or our starting value. What I want you to think of the starting value is what you pay with no extras. If you're getting that 8-piece bucket, you're paying $16.99, no matter what. So, last but not least is question number 5. How much would it cost to get the 8-piece chicken bucket with X sides? Now, this one's tricky because they don't give us a number, right? So let's go ahead and let's see if we can put one in there. Or let's see, they give us a variable we can use. Let's see if we can put an equation together. We know that no matter what, our price, I shouldn't use Y here, let's actually use the word price. Our price is going to be equal. There's something we pay every time we want to get that 8-piece chicken bucket with sides. So every time we're going to pay $16.99. Now, if I'm adding on sides, I'm going to be doing a plus, right? Now, the real mystery here is we know a side is $2.89. We found that earlier. But how many times are we adding $2.89, right? That's the mystery. So for now, let's just kind of do it in theory. So $2.89. And then the number of times we're doing this is X times. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want to write that. And so what we can do is we can refer to a trick we know, which is that repeated addition is the same thing as multiplication. So what we can do is we can rewrite this as $16.99 plus 289x, where this matches the form of our equation y equals b plus mx. B plus mx, where m is our slope and b is our base value. Go ahead and take 30 seconds. Get whatever, as much time as you need since we're on a video. Grab whatever you need, and then we are going to come back together and we are going to talk about the back side of your page. All right. Let's go ahead and let's flip her over. Mr. O didn't print two-sided for this, but we will today. So in your quick notes, we are going to start by saying linear relationships or linear functions have a constant rate of change. The reminder, rate of change is just our longer way of saying slope. And they are written in the form y equals mx plus b, or y equals b plus mx. In this case, b and m both have different representations. B represents our starting value. In the context we're going to be using it tomorrow, this is our cost with no extras, or it's our y when x is 0. M is your rate or your slope. Putting it in a real world context, M is a cost that is added per use. If you want a real world example of B and M, I want you to think of buying a car. If you don't have enough money to buy the car, B represents your down payment. So it's the money you have to put down to get the car. And then M represents your monthly payment. The example we use tomorrow, or what you look at tomorrow on your performance, will use voice, text, and data streaming as their examples. So be ready for that. It's not as bad as I'm making it sound. Let's go ahead and let's look at our check your understanding questions. Let's start with number 1. Valencia is deflating her air mattress at the end of her camping trip. The volume of air in the mattress in cubic feet. The volume of air in the mattress can be modeled by the equation V equals 33 minus 4.4 T, where T is the time in minutes since she removed the air from the mattress. I want you to take a second, pause the video, and try and answer questions A and B by themselves. We will be back in 3 minutes. All right, now that you are back, let's go ahead and let's talk it out. At what rate is the air being removed from the mattress? We see rate, and we know that's our M value. M is attached to the variable. So we look and we see, okay, is it the 33 or the minus 4.4? And we see the minus 4.4 is attached to our T. So we can say our rate is minus 4.4. Now they do want units. So our units is minus 4.4 cubic feet per, and then our unit of time is minute. What this tells me is that every minute, the air mattress loses 4.4 cubic feet. How much air was in the air mattress before Valencia started deflating it? What was our starting value in the mattress? Our starting value is our B. It is not attached to a variable. So we look and we see our only other number option. Yes, this one's pretty easy, isn't it? We see there was 33 cubic feet of air in the mattress before Valencia started deflating. All right. Let's look at problem number 2. A basil plant grows about ½ an inch. As a reminder, 1/2 is the same thing as 0.5 in decimal form. When Finnegan buys the plant, it is 7 inches tall. We need to know how tall is the plant after 1 week, how tall after 3 weeks, and then we need to write an equation. All right. Go ahead and pause the video here and take 3 minutes to work it on your own. All right, now we're back. Let's get her going. How tall is the plant after 1 week? We know the plant starts at 7. And since it's only been 1 week, we only have to add 0.5 once. 7 plus 0.5 is 7.5. We notice our unit, inches. How tall is the basil plant after 3 weeks? We take 7 plus. This time, since we're going 3 weeks, we can go 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5. We add it 3 times. Put that in our calculator, and it'll give us 8.5 inches. Last but not least, write an equation for H. The height of Finnegan's basil plant, W, weeks after he buys it. So we'll do H equals, and let's look at our equation. So we always start with that 7. And then we add 0.5. And we do that as many weeks as there are. Now, they don't specify a number here. So we can just say 7 plus 0.5 W. And there's our equation. All right. You have a summary page down at the bottom. I would like you to answer that in 2 to 3 sentences. And then once you are done with your summary page, you may put your page in your notes, and the rest of class is yours. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Be ready for your performance assignment tomorrow, and I will see you all on Monday when I get back. Thank you for a great week, and have a good rest of your day.